of the things that he's lacking at. And the biggest thing is his stage presence. If he can work on that, he'll be great. The tracks, he needs to get a bit more creative, because his songs have been sounding the same for a long time.
So yeah, okay, cool. It is what it is. Streamer Ray J going crazy on the streaming, but then now, you know, experiencing this big limitation. Well, this big fork on the road. I don't know, call it a fork on the road. A situation where a demon just distracted him. Like, nah, what to call it. So yeah, y'all comment down below what y'all think of this, and yeah, let's see what's next, brother. Gabe Official, man, shout out Gabe Official with it. Had to see this perspective of things. I'm not gonna lie, and I'll tell you the reason why after giving you the title, right? So Reggie spent Thanksgiving alone until this happened, bro. You see what I'm saying with Reggie, bro? With Reggie, shout out to Reggie, dog. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing a whole lot of his streams. I haven't been lately though, but like I know his energy. Like I feel like, you know, sometimes you watch these streamers, you know, and the more you watch them, it may give the feeling that you may know them on some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that parasocial effect where you're like, oh man, I kind of know this brother a little bit. I kind of see his energy because they're on stream. You know what I'm saying? Well, as far as Reggie goes, his shit is not scripted. His streams are not scripted. He comes to you like as he is. You know what I'm saying? Roll his little za, roll his little, you know, weed. You know what I'm saying? Smoke in front of you and just kick it. You know what I'm saying? So on that front, like I feel like I kind of see the angle of his nature, of his character, dog. He's a loner, dog. You know what I'm saying? He is a loner. You feel me? And you see by just how he handles things, how he handles even people that he streams with and collabs with and things like this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can clearly tell when this nigga's having a bad day. This nigga can cut off like maybe, let's say maybe a bunch of the Clover boys are having a conversation with like a guest, right? Maybe a famous person. This nigga will be like in his own zone, just probably, I don't know, dead staring at, doing a death stare like against a wall or some corner or some shit, like he's out of it. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell, like, you know, that's the kind of nature that is alone a lot of the times, to a point where he could give the POV that he feels alone even in a room full of people type thing. You know what I'm saying? So now we seeing, you know what I'm saying, spend Thanksgiving alone until this happened though. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I tried. You by yourself? Bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I tried. You by yourself? Where the homies at? Damn. It is gone here. Okay, bro.
It's 1 minute to think.
Okay, miss our hug, nigga. Okay, bro. Hey, yo.
Reginald spent Thanksgiving completely alone at the Clover House, while the rest of the
Of which, look, bro, like, you know, the kind of projection you can put on somebody, you know, I mean, it can have its own effects, but like if you're dealing with a mind that's like, you know, that has substantial reason for why they're going through, and by substantial reason, I'm talking about you can see a nigga's clearly a grown man. You know what I'm saying? By this, at this age, they understand. They may have at least an understanding of the value of family or togetherness or whatever, just not being alone, but they deliberately choose to be alone. You know, it's understandable if like a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, you know what I'm saying, 13-year-old is going through that kind of phase where they're still trying to understand themselves. They know they're not knowing the world or whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? And then you pull up and you let them understand that, you know, XYZ, this is how things go, it's okay, blah blah blah, and then they come back around. It's like, it's understandable when like a teenager is doing that, but when a grown man, clear grown man is doing that kind of thing, they have, you know, there's clear substance, bro. I think that's what I'm trying to say. There's clear reason, right, for why they're doing that, and so therefore, you know, I couldn't, and I understand that aspect of life. You know what I'm saying? I have people that I cut off as a reason, and because of that, like, I may appear to be a loner in certain instances and certain circumstances and times of the year and shit like that, but I have my reasons. So it's not even it doesn't have to be a projection of, oh, you know, he's struggling, he's suffering, he's da. This nigga might have these reasons. This nigga might be cooking up something. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might, okay, it might not be about cooking up something, but like, you know, sometimes that's how certain people maintain their peace, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you might go ahead and project it as, Yo, they so alone, bro. This is so sad and sorrowful, but you know, let's see
Clover
further.
Boys work with family. But what Phantom did next shows you everything that's wrong with how people treat creators in this industry. This isn't just about one big streamer being lonely on a holiday. This is about the cost of choosing this life, what nobody talks about until it's too late.
But crickets, nigga. But you would chat. What commotion is that? Stairs. Niggas being niggas, man. Wait, where's the Clover Boys crib based in? Because I know this nigga is from Baltimore, right?
I'm here.
Yo, where is the Clover Boy? I know you're familiar with the Clover Boys, the streaming collective, right? Where is their house? Where is their content house located?
The Clover Boys content house is located in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta,
It's
Georgia. So, what's the distance from Baltimore to Atlanta, Georgia?
The driving distance from Baltimore to Atlanta is about 678 miles.
What's the hours on flights?
Flying from Baltimore to Atlanta usually takes around 2 hours. It's a much quicker option than driving.
Right. Okay, so it's like kind of like, you know, if you're from around South Africa, it's kind of like maybe from PLK to Cape Town, maybe, you know what I'm saying? And that's the whole country. That's covering like, you know, the province that's from one end of the country to the other. So it's that kind of distance. I mean, it is a distance, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but like being in the position that these boys is in right now, these streamers is in, you know what I'm saying? They're getting paid well enough for him to like just make that quick trip home and back. Of which then now it poses another question. Maybe the situation at home isn't so that homie can just like pull, you know what I'm saying? Pull through home and back, just a quick trip like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
What the fuck? Yo, who that? Yo. Yeah. Members.
Is that Phantom?
Yeah. Nah, that's the troop niggas.
Here's what happened. Everyone at the Clover House left. Rakai, Ray, Dez, Punga, everyone gone except Reggie. He stayed behind, alone, with no family, no plans, and no backup crew.
Oh, alright, bet. Nigga, you good with me? Stop playing.
You win and shit.
And this is where it gets interesting because Phantom finds out Reggie was alone and immediately invites him to his own Thanksgiving dinner with his friends and family.
Win him, bro. You already know win him. That's why it's W Phantom in the cup, man. And I feel like, yo, look, these different, you know, versions of people are they attract one another for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because as I said, bro, like, okay, you get a character like Reggie, right? Who is the loner? You know what I'm saying? And you know, however you want to break it down, it's like your nature, you know what I'm saying, and your history, and what, you know, the kind of roots that you come from, the kind of energy that transpires in your life that shapes who you currently become. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, you know, homie right here, Reggie, has become that kind of, you know, keeping to yourself, you know what I'm saying, just Lone Ranger type thing. And there is nothing wrong with that in and of itself. You feel what I'm saying? But then it's like, obviously, when you get certain energies in reality, aka certain times of the year hit, and then it's like, yo, it's the time when people just go to their, you know, collective spots, their collective spaces and pockets of life. But then you get the ones that are like you know, the ones that prefer being by themselves, they stick out like sore thumbs, because now, you know what I'm saying, they still kicking it by themselves. They still prefer just like, you know, they own space. But it's not like when they by themselves, it's like, ugh, you know, it may feel like that, but that's not the whole. That's not like the point of it. That's not the point of that kind of reality that they create for themselves, right? It's just that, you know, we hit that kind of year. But then now you have people who, you know, also based on their history, based on their energy and nature and how they came up, it's like, bro, like connection is their second nature. It has to happen. It's like, yo, you can be family, you can be stranger. Like, my nature is just to connect, dog, and things like, you know what I'm saying? That's why you got people like Phantom. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people that will just like, you know, it's about connection, no problem. And it's not even on no petty vibe too. It's like, this is just how I see things. Oh, you're open to kick it, my brother. You ain't got, man, pull up, man. Let's go do this. You know what I'm saying? It's not on no petty vibe too. Feeling sorry for a nigga too. It's just now, you know, from the outside looking in, if you're like maybe a third party looking at this, you know what I'm saying? You may come out with the POV of just like, nah, this one, you know, is down bad, having it da-da-da. And this one is, you know, he felt sorry for that one. That's why, you know, it's a, but I could see how that could look like that. But from a perspective of a nigga like me, looking in, it's neither good, it's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? You just get carried. It's just a teachable moment to be like, yo, characters like a Phantom who can easily engage, who easily identify themselves as having to be part of a collective, and individuals like Reggie who, like, you know what I'm saying, their second nature has been just to be by themselves. And that's okay, that's it, that's all. But then it's kind of interesting how these two can like attract one another. You know what I'm saying, on some vibe, because sometimes, you know, you being the natural loner that you are, the natural introvert, it's not easy for you to just click up and just like, you know what I'm saying. But then you do need somebody who it's easy for them to do that, because we saw how his face lit up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, Reggie's face lit up when you saw, oh, niggas is in the spot, bruh. Let me pull up, let me see what it's about. And that's, you know what I'm saying, things like that make these situations kind of just like W moments, bro. And they actually like, here's another aspect that people might not catch. The whole thing of just reporting about like what's happening and reacting to it, it's always sensational and it feels good. I don't know for what reason, to report on the bad things, the negatives. You know what I'm saying? This kind of scenario that I just broke down with these two individuals is like, it brings out the positive. You know what I'm saying? It brings out the reason why, you know what I'm saying, the reason why, yeah, I don't know. You make what you want out of it, but this is a positive experience, a positive encounter, a positive just like thing to report back on and tell people about, right?
Where the homie at?
That's crazy.
Damn, nigga's gone.
It's gone, nigga.
You okay, bro?
You want to hug me?
You okay,
Give me
bro?
a side hug, nigga.
You okay, bro?
Hey, yo. Nah, that was thorough. That was thorough.
And now that hug with the tap in the cheek, bro. Come on, bro. Watch out, nigga. What are we doing, nigga?
What y'all got going on?
Nigga, we was having a truce giving. She got mad food up the hill too. You want to get something to eat? Bro, if I want to get something to eat, nigga, hello. So we out.
Hello.
You got a jacket.
Look, I bet that. We be out in a big black Cadillac.
Now, most people saw this and thought, oh, wholesome moment, right? But if you truly understand how content houses work, you'll realize that this moment exposes something much deeper. Reggie's been opening up lately about his grandmother's passing a few years ago. And he said Thanksgiving hasn't been the same since. The family barely gathers anymore. And there's the light bulb moment right there that you need to understand.
That's that light bulb
Family don't
moment.
hit the same, bro. Once 2, 3 of your family members die, motherfuckers not even linking up no more. That shit over with, gang. That ass. I ain't gonna lie. Once my grandma really died, bro, that family shit cooked. That shit not the same. Nobody really wants to just sit around on Thanksgiving and act like shit all good. I'm good. I'd rather sit dolly by my lonely. The older you get, bro, you really realize like it really take holidays to bring your family together. Like, why we not already together, bro? Shit not the same, bro. Old Thanksgiving days.
Are we not already together, dog? That's one point that I could like resonate with Reggie with. You know what I'm saying? Why does it have to take like special holidays? Why does it have to take specific times of a year, like for family to come together, or specific times like a scenario in a family member's life for us to come together? You know what I'm saying? Why does it have to take that? Why is people not, you know what I'm saying? And then that literally forces you into the bigger picture where it's like the systems of the world are just like built that way these days. It's crazy, but it's true, where it's like, yo, you going out to be your independent self, your true, you know what I'm saying? You know, this whole, you know, building income for yourself, building a home for yourself, your own material for yourself, and building your own identity through all that. It's like you have to be out the house. At a whole lot of like, you know, within a whole lot of black communities, that's the culture. You know what I'm saying? By a certain age, you have to get out the house. You have to get out the house. Now, what do you think that does to the family structure? It divides the thing. And yes, it's because we've had to adapt to that way of surviving, dog. That's why it happens this way. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, it's like you cannot put it on specific individuals, but it's like it's how, you know, even we've accepted things to be because, you know, we've been forced in this position. Feel what I'm saying? Where you have to get out the house. Now you get certain communities and certain people that hold the values where they keep the wealth within the family so that people don't have to go out the house. That's a model where it's like, okay, if we're trying to negate this whole thing of like seeing it as this plague, you know what I'm saying, that's like consuming the younger generation, this whole loneliness, you know what I'm saying, this whole like, even with streamers we see it, and it's not even just limited to that. It's across the board. You get like entrepreneurs, business people, this and that and the third, bro, that have to just like go out the house to just build, just to build. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, what's worse is that their minds get, you know, their minds latch onto that as a default setting. They have to be by themselves. So now, you know, they become loners by natural selection. I don't know, by process of elimination. I don't even know how, but like your mind just latches onto that kind of reality of being as nature. Like, this is who I am now. I don't need family to build, you know what I'm saying? And on the day that you're gonna start creating your own family, you're gonna expect those people to be out the house because you've naturalized that shit. You've made that shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. But like, that's why I cannot blame Reggie to be on this mindset to be like, yo, ever since grandma died, bro, like the family has just been dispersed. You know what I'm saying? It took grandma being alive for the whole family. So she was the knitting piece, the piece that kept everything together. But then now check, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own minds of just like being wherever they at. Yeah, this is just my family structure and this is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Your cousins linking up, whole family, all love, shit like that. You take that walk with your cousins, next thing you know, you come back fried. You just ate 4 or 5 plates. You just had to be there. Some of y'all wasn't there again. Y'all never took that walk with y'all cousins. That's why y'all is how y'all is today. Nigga like me, I was taking that walk every trip.
When you build your entire life around content creation, you don't only just lose time with your family. Some content creators even lose the option to go back. Reggie made a choice that almost every creator makes. Move away from home, chase the content dream, build in the city where the opportunities are. But here's what nobody tells you happens next. Once you're gone for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, your family's moving on, and they're doing so without you. They stop expecting you at the family gatherings, like Thanksgiving. They start to build new traditions. Your cousins start to grow up, and when someone important like Reggie's grandma passes away, the glue that held everyone together is gone.
And chat, bro, can y'all stop doing that, bro? Cause like I did talk to my family, you feel what I'm saying, talk to my aunt, you feel what I'm saying, shit like that. But it's just like, I really wanted my family to come here, you feel me? I wanted all the bros, like one big ass Thanksgiving, you feel what I'm saying, as our first Thanksgiving together as a group, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. That's really what niggas wanted to happen. That shit didn't go as planned. So me, you feel what I'm saying, I said fuck it, and I just thugged it out, and I just stayed.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that, though.
Experience that shit. It wouldn't be the first time a nigga experienced been, you feel what I'm saying, Thanksgiving by itself, but
It is what it is, and that's why I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the best option, like if you're a nigga who is family oriented, it's just that, you know, you've probably been everything how things have been developing, they've just forced you to be in this position. It's like the best thing you can do at that point is create your own family. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously niggas is from other families, so they got other commitments to go, you know what I'm saying, go stay loyal with. You know what I'm saying? But yo, create your own family at that point, so that, you know, there is a, and don't create a broken family, because that's another thing you get, especially in this world of just like these new younger adults and even younger people who are just like creating broken families, bro, like it's nothing. You understand what I'm saying? You get situations where families have to be dispersed. You know what I'm saying? You and your BD or your BM are never in the same centralized position, to a point where the kid is, you know what I'm saying, torn. You know what I mean? To a point where, like, man, and look, I'm gonna share my own personal experience, because like I gotta clarify a whole lot of things. But like where you want things to be centralized, and where you want family moments to be centralized, especially when we're talking about we're not trying to make those moments temporary. Like have a situation where the thing is centralized, your family is centralized constantly, every day, bruh. AKA build a home where everybody is together. And yes, the whole marriage thing like is like one still valid example. People can like just like go about building that. But look at how even marriage is like, people cannot handle that because of how, you know, things have been. People have normalized just creating broken families, etc., etc., to a point where like marriage is like this system that's just, you know, for the oppressed or for the whatevers. But like you practicing that is actually you you know, getting to what Reggie's trying to get to, of which is sharing those moments with family all in one area and blah blah blah. You understand what I'm saying?
You know how I go. And I'm still thankful, bro.
This is the part that nobody's talking about. Content houses aren't just work environments. They literally become replacements of families, because most of the creators in the content houses just can't go home anymore. So when Reginald's sitting in that house on Thanksgiving, he's not just missing his roommates. He's confronting the reality that he traded one family structure for another. And especially on holidays, that trade becomes very real. And this is where my cousin Phantom's move changes everything.
It's my place. That's good place. That's good place. That's good place. Now get in here, bro. That's good place. That's good place. Hold on, come over here. It's good place. Now go over here. That's good place. Now come over here. That's great place.
It's great place.
How did you get?
There's a lot that we found.
Yeah, leave the sofa. This your for you. Wait.
Phantom didn't have to do this. He held his own Thanksgiving with his own family and friends. But once he found out Reggie was alone, he said, nah, you coming with me, my brother. This isn't performative. This isn't for the camera. Phantom genuinely treated Reggie like family. Gave him a plate of food and made him feel included. He made sure he wasn't spending the holidays isolated. Here's the part that nobody's actually analyzing. What Phantom did is actually rare in the streaming space. And that's the problem. Most creators in the streaming industry, they treat each other like business assets. Every collaboration is a transaction.
Hey man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I gotta cover in a lot
and
more Phantom content, bro. Because yes, it is the popular thing for niggas to have like, you know, negative energy or negative vibes or this, that, and the third sensational kind of headline to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, you zoom in, it's on some negative vibe. But this right here, like this, like the streamerverse needs this, right? We need to see a whole lot of like streamers being on the kind of mindset and the kind of heart that Phantom has too. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, on like, with that being said, bro, I have to tap into like a whole bunch of his. I'll go ahead and check out the channel after this video if I'm tapped in. If not, bro, I'm gonna go I'm gonna tap in for sure, and then we gonna
Always
have to react
content
to a
first.
video.
Phantom choosing to bring Reggie into his family gathering, into his Thanksgiving dinner, shows that he sees him more than just a content opportunity. And that's real brotherhood, real community. The reason all of this matter is because Reggie represents thousands of creators who are living this exact reality right now, or better yet, just lived it yesterday during Thanksgiving. They're stuck between two worlds, content success and personal isolation. Just take a look at this video of Casanet's brother explaining how Casanet is.
Say, oh, it's your brother, you gonna pick your brother. You do not understand, chat. That does not change the fact that what he did. My brother gave his whole life to this shit. He's so used to being on camera and so used to just grinding. Like whenever it's time for him to be off camera and
how many brothers does this nigga Kai have? I only know that the one brother, what is it, Dante? Something, it starts with a D. My bad for like getting the name wrong. But he you know, funny content, funny skits on him. I didn't know about this brother. I ain't gonna lie.
He feels weird. He feels different. Like, I don't feel like he feels like he's supposed to be in front of the camera. Cause that's him now, gang. He changed. Like, that nigga is now like a machine of inspiration to me.
Right.
1 million subs in 30 days. Dreamer University. Clover and AMP war.
So what does this actually mean for the future of content creators? The bigger truth that this moment reveals is that the creator economy is built on a lie. That you can have it all. Clout, money, community, family, and still maintain real relationships. But the reality is,
choose one. Choose wisely. Okay, it may not be choose one, but choose wisely.
The creator is making constant trade-offs. Time away from family, missing important family moments, and just building parasocial relationships instead of real ones. What my cousin Phantom did will show Reggie and everyone watching that you don't have to accept that isolation. You can build a new family if you have to. You can create a real community, even in the industry designed to keep you competing. So with that being said, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and turn on the notifications. What we're building here is real. Subscribe. So the lesson here isn't just about being kind on holidays. It's about recognizing when someone in your circle is struggling and silent and actually choosing to show up for them. Reggie's story is every content creator's story if you really look close enough. But the question is, who's gonna be Phantom when you need him? If you want more breakdowns that go deeper than the surface, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the official society. Hit the like button for me and turn on the notifications.
You see if I'm tapped into that Phantom, man, cause I see his VOD channels over here. I see his VOD clips out here, bruh. Phantom live, right? Oh, they even got into the video where they made the Thanksgiving plates. Let's see that shit right there. Damn, let me sub up, man. What the fuck? This terrible work. Why ain't the nigga subbed? Hold on.
By himself, while everyone else went to their families. That's real love right there.
Imagine I just fall down the stairs. It works.
Let's tap in.
What? I don't know.
I actually want the version of the video where he vlogs it, you know? Can you vlog it? Yeah. This was probably the one. Well, they mukbang this shit. Oh shit. Phantom eats 21,000 calories. 21,000 calories on stream, man. What's up?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's get it.
Oh my god. Yo, Chad.
What's up?
You need one of everything? Yo, Kitchen. Your name is Kitchen General. You need one of everything? Chad, what y'all want, Chad? We got
What it is. Shout out Omizi for this segment. Hopping into the next one though. We got. This is not the first time I react to dad mode and dark mode. Actually, I think this might be the first time I record myself reacting to dad mode and dark mode. I think I've just watched it, right? Just real time, like, you know, internet, not on no internet shit. But right now, you know, we could go ahead and check out why pessimists understand life better than everybody else. Pessimists, he said. Pessimists, he said. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get a little quick definition, you know, of that for those who may not know. Well, it might just be just reminding myself at the same time. Copilot, what does pessimism mean?
Pessimism is a tendency to focus on the negative aspects of life.
So focusing on the negative aspects of life makes you understand life better, according to dad mode and dark mode. Okay, let's get it.
There's a line by Arthur Schopenhauer that has always stuck with me.
What's the line?
The line is this. So he wrote, there is some wisdom in taking a gloomy view, in looking upon the world as a kind of hell, and in confining one's efforts to securing a small room that shall not be exposed to the fire.
Whoa, break that down.
So I don't know about you, but I personally, I believe that there is certain wisdom in treating the world like it's a burning building.
For real?
And you're just trying to find a small room within that building that hasn't caught fire yet.
Nice. Okay, so y'all know my structure with these things, bro. Before we get into it, because y'all know I never I try for the most part to not pre-watch it so that I can just get the reaction just live on this recording, so I can just share that with y'all, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, with that, and this is one of those cases. So with that being said, I will go ahead and assume, because I start with my opening assumptions, right, of where the points that creators are trying to get at, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I feel like treating the world like a burning building, I feel like doing that, right, the logic at least behind that is, you know what I'm saying, it gets you more sharp, because when you are more sharp, more on your feet, more urgent, you know what I'm saying, your sense of urgency is just like, you know what I'm saying, it's awakened, it's sensitized like a mother, you know what I'm saying? And obviously you need that in terms of pressure, you know what I'm saying, dealing with pressure, dealing with pressing, issues, pressing, circumstances on the spot, you know what I'm saying? Just having the mind that can be able to deal with those kind of moments, like fast, you know what I'm saying? Fast, quick, but precise though, accurate though, you feel me? So that when it comes to problem solving, things can just you know what I'm saying? Like it just grows a kind of muscle that can be valuable when we're talking long term, you know what I'm saying? But then again, this kind of mindset, forces you to live life anxious to a certain point, you know what I'm saying? Live life like on the edge, you know what I'm saying? To a certain point. Live life with a chip on your shoulder to a certain fucking point. Listen to me, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm tripping. Okay, my bad. I ain't smoked enough weed, but yeah, so those kind of things, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thinking forces you to live in those kind of realms a lot of the time. But I guess, for the benefit of those kind of aspects that you will develop, right? That's, that would be why I think you think it's good for people to see life as a burning building. Go on, sir, please. My bad.
And that's basically Schopenhauer's starting point.
Nice.
Most of what you've been fed your whole life is the opposite.
What was that?
You've been fed that everything happens for a reason, and that the universe has a plan for you.
What, it doesn't? Nothing happens for a reason?
And that God has a plan for you, and that...
Wait, what? Okay, then what is it?
Things, they just work out in the end. Man. Okay? Well, Schopenhauer, he looked around and he went, have you actually seen the world? Have you actually seen it? Have you watched animals eat each other alive?
No, I only seen that on Nat Geo or some shit. You know what I'm saying? One of them little programs. I don't know. What's the difference between seeing the world through that kind of lens and literally my eye lens? What's the difference? Because in that case, I wouldn't believe nobody has ever seen an animal just gobble another animal's flesh up, right?
Have you sat with someone slowly dying?
Shit.
Have you watched people sabotage their lives on repeat? I mean, where is this plan you keep talking about?
This plan you keep talking about.
He was. This is what I respect about him, is that he was doing what almost nobody does.
Right.
He was taking reality at face value and refusing to sugarcoat it, and that is precisely what drew me to him, and that's precisely what drew Nietzsche and Jung to him as well.
And I feel like just saying, pessimists, it's just another word of being realists. Really, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's realists. It's a realist way of seeing things, because not everything is hunky-dory, right? Not everything is just optimistic. But then at the same time, seeing, choosing, probably, let me put it in a way where it's like you choosing to constantly see things as pessimistic, though, that's also not real, though, too, though. You know what I'm saying? Things can become, you do hit the upside of life, right? But I guess for the sake of just like, for the sake of this video, for the sake of the point that we're trying to make, right? It is, and because of the fact that I myself have realized a whole lot of people just leaning on the fact that, nah, you just have hope, just be happy, just be optimistic about everything. It's like, while totally disregarding, the other side. That's an unhealthy way of seeing things. So you know what I'm saying? Finding the balance, right? I guess that's where we at. That's where we gotta be.
Here, picture this, okay? All right, you're young,
right?
You're smart. You're looking for answers, and all of these so-called wise adults around you are basically just telling you fairy tales and bedtime stories.
Let's do it.
But then you find this guy over here, right? Who says, no,
fuck all that.
You're not crazy. Life really is soaked in pain.
Nice.
So let's start from there, shall we?
Okay, let's do it.
That's Schopenhauer. And the more that you really look at life, like really look at it, the harder it is to dismiss him. He basically asks one brutal question, which is, if this is a good world made by a good force who wants good things for you, why does almost everything that lives suffer, struggle, and die in fear or confusion?
And I think that's the kind of understanding that I think, I might be getting it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. So if I do get it wrong, I'll blame it on my ignorance. I'm sorry, you feel me? But I feel like the Hindu religion, maybe, I think, where the what's the gods, Shiva, Lord Shiva. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, if you don't, you're welcome to go ahead and do your homework. But Lord Shiva, right, the Lord of limitation, I think, the Lord of karma, I think. That's why I think that's why, I think it's Hindu religions. My bad. Like, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. But yeah, like religions like that, I feel like that's the kind of thing that, people that go according to their religion, that's what they're trying to understand. They want to understand from this perspective too. And if I'm not mistaken, Lord Shiva does represent these things for a reason. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's even a Lord Shiva. It is something to consider as like a higher power than yourself type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because it, like, it does have influence on real life. I'm talking about the negative perspective of things, that is, right? Let me just make sure for y'all, bro. Y'all know I don't want to just like speak out the side of my ass. So Lord Shiva, which religions practice religious practices come from Lord Shiva, or come through the worship of Lord Shiva?
Religious practices related to Lord Shiva are a key part of Hinduism.
Okay. Hinduism. So in Hinduism, right, what does Lord Shiva represent?
Lord Shiva represents several things in Hinduism. He's known as the Destroyer, part of the Hindu Trinity, along with Brahma, the Creator, and Vishnu, the Preserver. Shiva embodies transformation and regeneration, often depicted in meditation or dancing the Tandava, symbolizing the cosmic cycles of creation and destruction. He's a complex deity embodying both ascetic and householder aspects. What drew you to ask about Shiva?
Pessimism.
Lord Shiva represents many aspects in Hinduism. He's known as the Destroyer in the Hindu Trinity, alongside Brahma, the Creator.
What is Shiva's linkage with karma?
Shiva is often linked with karma through the concept of destruction and renewal.
What type of karma does Shiva represent?
Shiva's role in Hinduism often symbolizes the transformational aspect of karma. He embodies the destruction of ignorance and negative karma, paving the way for renewal and positive transformation.
How does he do that?
Shiva does this through his roles as the destroyer and transformer. By destroying,
I get it has to destroy, bro, and destruction is never sweet. Shit ain't never sweet when we're destroying shit. You know what I'm saying? So okay, I may just have to do a little bit more homework on that part. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about pessimism. Let's get it.
Most people never touch that question.
Are you serious?
They can't.
Are you serious?
They patch over it with religion or spirituality or positive thinking. Because guess what? The alternative terrifies them.
It does?
That's why. But unlike them, Schopenhauer, he walked straight into the alternative. He said, look at what everything in nature actually does, not what you wish it did.
For real.
Everything that exists is driven to push forward, to survive, to reproduce, to stay here a little longer and make more copies of itself.
For real? Damn. Like, I really be challenging that kind of mindset. I'm not gonna lie. Shit, okay.
A plan
Oh my god, damn, my bad. I really gotta pull my nigga co-pilot for this one. Co-pilot, I'm hearing this man talk about the fact that, you know, the purpose of human beings or whatever, but the main intention is to reproduce and make carbon copies of itself, aka, you know, reproduce offspring. Is this the purpose for every living human being?
that's a classic debate. Many view reproduction as a biological imperative essential for the survival of our species, but humans also seek meaning in other ways, through relationships, creativity, and personal growth. What do you think?
I just wanted some confirmation, man. My bad. I forgot your AI, bro. This is something that has to be justified by your own mind, but I feel like this might be my version of the pessimism. You know what I'm saying? Might not be the reality or the purpose for every single living human being, bro. Because look, let me just justify myself right quick, bro. You see how some other women be treating their kids, for not even women, even men, but like parents. You know what I'm saying? And you see how some other women just like are quick to make the decision to like decide that, yo, I'm trying to have this baby or not, aka I'm trying to abort or, you know, have the baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like bro, at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying, the power is in, you know, the meaning that you put behind whatever your reality is. You feel what I'm saying? So somebody else may see that as pessimistic, the fact that not everybody deserves to be a parent. But bro, time and time again, like, reality proves that to us. People dumping babies like away, bruh. Like, I'm talking 2 weeks old. I'm talking, you know what I'm saying, things like that. People putting, you know, babies for adoption. There are people, I mean, there is the popular collective narrative that, yo, that's not supposed to be done, that's not right, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, people still do it at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like, yo, that was just a little rabbit hole of like how my pessimism runs, you know what I'm saying? But the whole, you know, it is, I'm agreeing with my boy Co-Pilot, the whole discussion of whether or not it, you know, everybody's supposed to replicate their own DNA. It is a debate. You know what I'm saying? That is debate. That's an arguable statement. I'm not gonna lie.
Plant fights its way toward the light.
Right.
An animal hunts,
Yep.
runs, breeds, defends.
What else?
Humans, they grind for money, status, sex, approval,
Right.
comfort. Yeah, you can dress it up in poetic language and call it purpose or calling.
Nice.
But at the core,
What?
it's all the same motion. Pushing,
Yeah.
striving, clinging, wanting.
Nice.
Schopenhauer called that thing
Reaching.
the will.
Yep.
Not willpower, not free will,
The
just
will.
will. That raw drive underneath everything.
Right.
He said that drive is blind. It's not wise. It's not moral. It's not steering you towards some perfect happy ending.
It's not?
It doesn't care if you're fulfilled. It just cares that you keep going.
Keep going.
That's exactly why you can get everything you thought you wanted and still feel empty. That's why people who have it all, they still spiral.
You still do.
That's why every time that you hit a goal, That satisfaction, it fades, and then something else immediately starts gnawing at you, taking its place, and then the cycle repeats.
Yep.
And you think you're climbing towards some stable place where it finally makes sense and you'll be at peace. Well, guess what? The will doesn't care about peace.
Doesn't?
The will cares about motion.
Fuck.
That's it. So your life, it becomes this endless pattern of I suffer until I get it, then I get it. There's a tiny spike of relief.
Then what?
Then boredom sets in, and then anxiety, and then guess what? A new want. And then you repeat until you die.
Yes. Why?
I mean, if you've ever wondered why even good seasons in your life have that weird low-level unease underneath them, this is why. You're built to be restless and to chase and to feel like something is missing.
Yeah.
That's not a glitch. That's a factory setting, okay? Humans are different.
What you mean?
He's like, no, you're not different. You're just an animal with self-awareness, okay? You're the same basic machine, but with the added curse of being able to watch yourself suffer and know exactly what's happening.
Damn, he said the added curse.
That's exactly why the human life feels uniquely brutal, because you're not just in pain. You can think about the pain.
Right.
You can think about the fact that you're going to die someday.
You have a memory of the pain.
You can look at your patterns and see yourself repeating them, even when you're smart enough to know better.
Yeah.
And the worst part is that there is no final win state.
There's no?
Where the striving stops on its own. There isn't. Your body quits before your wanting does.
Right.
That's how it works. You that's how desire works. You want something, so you hurt, and then you get it, and then the hurt stops for a moment, and then your brain calls that happiness, but it's not happiness. It's just the pain shutting off for a bit.
Yeah.
And as soon as that pain stops, another one boots up to take its place. Like I said, a new goal, a new fear, a new itch, a new insecurity, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like,
because you're constantly sensitized to that shit. As what, that added curse to the human nature's layer? Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
Taking off tight shit.
Nah, it's an interesting take. I'm not gonna lie, it's an interesting take. You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, I've never thought of things that way.
Shoes.
I'm saying.
Right? The first moment, it feels incredible. But the only reason it feels incredible is because your feet were being crushed for so long.
Yes.
Most of what we call joy in life is just taking off tight shoes that we ourselves laced. And the will loves that. It loves that because while you're chasing...
Wait, that's what gets the will going, bro? You telling me that's what keeps the will alive? And nature, the will is nature. The will is what creates nature, right? I don't know, man. These are just like the rabbit holes I'm now falling into. These are the questions that are opening up in my head. You know what I'm saying? As you know, the brother gets deeper into this thing. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear it, man.
Hits of relief, you don't question the game. And then now you layer ego on top of that. And Schopenhauer, he says that every living thing, it acts like it's the center of reality, right? From the plant that's trying to hog light to the guy that's trying to win status. You know, everything, it behaves like its own survival is more important than anything else in the world.
Yes.
And in a world with finite resources.
Right.
And so, you know, with limited food and limited territory and mates and attention, that means conflict.
That means conflict.
Everything is feeding on something. Everything is in competition with something.
Yeah.
Everything that lives is either eating, being eaten, or waiting its turn.
Oh my God, this nigga said everything is either being eaten, it eats, or it waits its turn. Waits its turn to either eat or be eaten. What? Yo, I need to work on my soundboard. I think the next stream might just be me working on my soundboard. Fact, not the next stream, but the next recording. I only call these things streams, dog. I used to call it ReWAD live. You know what I'm saying? ReWAD reactiveworldaday live. Cause I really want to make it live, but you know what I'm saying? Some of these YouTube features, these advanced YouTube features, I don't know why live is included in that, but some of these YouTube features, like you literally, you know, you unlock them, enable them with time. It's like, what? So, you know, at the moment, yeah, we can't go live, but golly, you know what I'm saying? I think my next recording, I'm gonna be working on my soundboard. My bad, I just digressed there. Yo, my fault.
And we like to pretend that humans escaped that logic because we invented grocery stores.
Why would we want to do that?
But scratch the surface and you still get the same thing.
What's that?
People using each other, resenting each other, stepping on each other, competing and judging and grabbing as much as they can while they're here.
That's it. That's all.
You don't need to be a philosopher to see it. You just look around, okay? Just use your eyes.
Look around, yes. Type shit.
We live in a world where a blind, aimless drive to exist keeps spitting out life forms, and those life forms are wired to want and to grasp and to cling, and they grind their entire lives for these short bursts of relief, and they maul each other in the process, and then they die. And we call this a good world because we're afraid of admitting what it really is.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, another version of pessimism, well, that I've read about is antinatalism, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just to refresh those of y'all who don't know this, and those who I know will never do their homework on this kind of thing. Yo, co-pilot, break down what antinatalism is.
Antinatalism is the view that it's either always or usually wrong to have children. The idea is that bringing new people into the world causes harm and suffering, so it's better not to procreate.
It's better not to procreate over the fact that, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of suffering that goes on in the world. So, you know what I'm saying, bringing a child onto this world is wrong based off of the fact that even if they are going to experience good, that good will come with bad, and the fact that you have put them in a position that they can experience bad, even though that bad outweighs the good, the fact that they have to suffer at some points, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Versus not letting them exist, whereas, okay, if you don't let them exist, you deprive them of good. So you eliminate the possibility of them even experiencing good. But that's not wrong, because not making somebody experience good is better than the possibility of letting them experience good with suffering, because the whole point is to not even experience the suffering. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why concepts like that exist, bro. You feel me?
Actually is. Well, Schopenhauer, he called it what it actually is. He said that,
what is it?
The world is hell, and men on the one hand,
or what?
The tormented souls, and on the other, the devils in it.
Nice.
And he didn't mean, devils with pitchforks and flames, but with constant low-level torture. Aging, sickness, humiliation.
All of that.
Heartbreak.
All of that.
Boredom. Anxiety.
What else?
Panic.
What else?
Loss.
What else?
Regret.
Nice.
With tiny breaks of pleasure in between.
Damn, that's it?
Just enough to keep you from quitting early.
Sprinkles of that? That's crazy.
That's his pessimism.
Oh.
He wasn't saying that everything sucks, so why bother? He was saying that everything hurts a lot more than anyone wants to admit. So let's just drop the act, drop the fairy tales, and deal with it. Let's have that be the starting point.
Okay. What else?
So the obvious question is, well then what? What do we do with that?
What do we do with that?
If life is this endless treadmill of wanting and suffering, is there even a way off of it?
Yo, now, you know what I'm saying, teetering on that type of question really gets people in like the kind of rabbit holes that I don't think you would want unawake minds to tread, the kind of spheres that unwise minds could tread. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing of like, is there even a way of stopping it, or is there a way of getting out of this? Because literally some other people can think of that and think, yo, self-deletion. And yo, look, how I understand that is not even about self-deletion. It's about the fact that, yo, how do we get rid of this? Or for the fact that, okay, people are never consented to just like be put in this kind of existence, in this kind of reality where you do have to consider the pessimistic things of the world. You know what I'm saying? Other minds just cannot deal with that kind of reality. Some minds just cannot. They break so hard, bruh, to a point where it's traumatizing to other minds that are witnessing this mind. You understand what I'm saying? And so now I forgot my point, but you know what I'm saying, I guess we're gonna have to remind ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you, here's the thing, as long as you are completely identified with your wanting, is there even a way off of it?
Oh, even a way off of it. Yeah. So yeah, just the danger of, is there even a way off of it? Don't think offing yourself, bro. know what I'm saying? A way off of it could even be a mindset of like literally antinatalism. You stopping to procreate then. You know what I'm saying? Type thing. But even that is a scary reality for a soul to carry that on their own shoulders, to, you know, carry that way of existence, bro, because it's sort of unaccepted, bro. It's such an unpopular decision to make type shit. You know what I'm
saying? As long as you, here's the thing, as long as you are completely identified with your wanting, and as long as you believe every impulse and you chase every craving and build your entire life around pursuing more, you are signing up for a lifetime subscription of pain. Now, Schopenhauer, he wasn't saying be more positive or manifest better outcomes. He was saying you have to stop feeding the machine. He noticed something that you've probably felt in your own life. You've definitely felt in your own life, because here's the thing: there are rare moments where just for a second you're not thinking about what you want next. You're not replaying the past, and you're not negotiating with the future. You're just there, right? It could be staring at the ocean. It could be listening to a song that stops time. It could be getting lost in a painting or a book or a view out of the window. Right? It could be having a conversation with someone that is so real that the rest of the room disappears entirely.
Nice.
In those moments, in those beautiful moments, you're not calculating and you're not scheming. You're not trying to squeeze life for more.
What happens then?
You're just aware and you're present.
Right.
And the wanting, it dials down.
The wanting,
and he called that aesthetic experience.
Yeah.
Not in the Instagram sense, in the.
And I feel like, yo, the dialing down of, you know, the want and things like the whole desire that can even drive you to even experience more of the negativity. You being, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's just driven by this will, right? It's like, that's where the, like, in terms of the conclusion that I'm drawing right here, right? It's like the pessimism making you understand life better. It's because of what I shared, you know what I'm saying? Knowing your limitation, knowing that, nah, this is where the line is drawn for me, whether I like it or not, right? It leaves you, you know, letting whatever is beyond you take control in a peaceful way. That's why it's like, yo, it's nothing like you wanting to prove points or anything petty or anything like that, but it's just an awareness. It's just you being aware of things, and it's to a point where you can literally see things fall into place, bro. That's how you see things fall into place, and that's how you work with your limitation to, you know, get what you want, get what even you thought was beyond you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all get that. My bad.
In the literal sense of perceiving something so fully that you forget yourself for a second.
Yep. What else?
And he said those exact moments right there, right there are the only times that you get a break from the will.
Why?
That's the only time you get a reprieve. It's not happiness. It's not high. It's a pause.
It's a pause. Okay, cool.
Those are the few moments where you're not being yanked around by your own mind.
Yeah.
And for most people, those are accidents. You stumble into them.
They are.
They're extemporaneous, but then you go right back to the chasing. Now, Schopenhauer, he turns it into a path.
Nice.
You know, and the path is of, you know, like, what if you made your life less about piling up experiences and more about loosening the grip your wants have on you?
Good question.
I mean, he takes it all the way to asceticism.
What's that? Asceticism?
You know, minimum possessions and basically being a monk. You know, simple food,
minimalism,
detachment from status.
Right.
You know, not like that. It's not the. I'm not talking about minimalism here. It's not minimalism.
What is it? Asceticism. Wait, hold on then. Asceticism in comparison to minimalism. Like, what are we talking about?
Sure thing.
What is asceticism?
Asceticism is a lifestyle characterized.
What is asceticism?
Asceticism is a lifestyle focused on self-discipline and avoiding indulgence. particularly in pursuit of spiritual or philosophical goals.
What's the difference between asceticism and minimalism?
Asceticism is about rigorous self-denial and abstaining from worldly pleasures, often for asceticism involves strict self-denial for spiritual reasons, while minimalism focuses on simplifying life by reducing material possessions.
Okay. And them coming up like decently. You know what I'm saying? Like, grow decent minds in society. You feel me? Yeah, then we have to consider the fact that, yo, we gotta hold her accountable. You know, it still does affect people, etc., right? Now, I don't think I've reacted to anything, you know, about this channel. Where's Dav? Where is Dav? You know what I'm saying? Talking about Gen Z, the employment Gen Z, the employment epidemic? The employment epidemic. Well, I've been hearing about the unemployment epidemic that Gen Z is going through. Right, or just how Gen Z is highlighting it, because let's be clear, bro, and let's be just real about things. There's been an unemployment problem for, you know, that has spanned you know, multi-generationally. You know what I'm saying? That's went before Gen Z. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying every generation has went through this. I feel like there may have been generations that have had decent opportunities, you know, decent job market. Yeah, decent job markets, like within their existence of reality type shit. Fake deep, right? Nah, but yo, Gen Z is just the one, just their unique way of highlighting it and how just things are unfolding with them. Even, you know what I'm saying, with the fact that it's all in front of people's faces. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like that's one unique thing about them, is that whatever plight, whatever epidemic they be going through, it's amplified, bruh. It's in front of everybody's faces because of all these devices that we got on now. You know what I'm saying? So, type shit though. Right, okay, and we are mute. Let's go ahead and unmute that and restart the thing.
The other day I woke up to two things. One, my phone telling me it can't detect the SIM card that's inside of it. Two, the realization that our generation might have some of the worst experiences when it comes to employment of all time. Growing up, they always told us things like go to school, get good grades, finish your education. That way you could get a good job and be successful. In which time's passed. When I only now am starting to realize how many people are following this advice, yet somehow are still getting the wrong results. It all starts from when you were a kid. You'd be sitting in the back of your math or science class when all of a sudden a nigga would throw their hand up and ask the Hall of Fame,
when are we gonna use this in real life?
And despite him being onto something, eventually everyone would start to get annoyed and just look at him with nothing but sheer disappointment. You go on to finish elementary school, bullshit your way through high school, and finally at some point you may even graduate from college. But everyone always told you the same thing, which was if you don't do this, you'll probably live a shitty life. Like deadass, it didn't matter what stage you were at within your education, somehow the message was always the same. Your parents will look at you and say this is the way to live a better life than them. Your teachers are talking about how if you would actually stay out of trouble and get good grades, you'll be rewarded for your efforts in the future. Your professors are saying this is a guaranteed way to—
But you know what always like confused me is the fact that, especially with the point that you just made right now, being like, you know, parents would be like, yo, this is how you create a better life for yourself. But then at the same time, you're expecting me to be like you. You know what I'm saying? Go and be employed in the same way that you was employed. You might be telling me about like what you did and suggest that as a career path, or the fact that, look, you might suggest a different career path, right? But the fact that it's all within the same format, like the 9-to-5 format, like, yo, there's this boss, you know, above me, and, you know, I get my salary like just on that one day in the month, and these are the benefits though, son. It's like, bro, come on, bro. Like, I'm still going out like you, and that's the point. I'm not trying to go out like you. Respectfully, mom, dad, aunt, grand, pop, this, that, and the third, nigga. Respectfully, I'm not trying to go out like you, even though it is a different career path. That's why it's like, yo, it's actually, like, for me, if you ask me, it's a refreshing thing that you have the online verse. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you know you good at that, like way more than just the traditional, you know, path of what the Matrix has offered people in terms of being successful individuals, you know, which then trickled down into parents thinking that that's what their kids should be engaging in. The same shit that they wasn't getting. Like, what the hell are we doing? It's just, you know, generational re-traumatization. That's it.
To make a lot of money in this field, it's just a complete disaster. Because once you step out of the educational echo chamber and go on to take your years of efforts, achievements, and that damn piece of paper that says you studied blank for X amount of years, you quickly realize they don't actually give a they never did. Which then poses one of the top 10 questions science still can't answer.
See, kid, this is why you should stay in school. Study hard so you don't end up like him.
Oh my god, this is crazy. Look at this. Study hard so you don't have to end up like this. You don't think this nigga just like studied his ass off, right? Stepped into the job market and was met with the resistance, the just god-awful resistance that's in the job market, and even him ending up in this position was him trying to work with what he has, which is a fucked up job market that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's got all these man, I don't know, crazy cracks in it, you know what I'm saying? And just instabilities in it that. And then here you go, oh my, these kind of mothers is like Karens, bruh. I don't give a fuck what race it is. They're Karens. A Karen is not a racial thing nowadays. It's like just how a woman thinks. Facts.
How ignorant this statement even is, considering the fact that we need someone to be picking up the damn garbage. In today's time, you can very easily study and end up like this guy, or even
exactly.
The year
we're talking about PhDs, nigga, end up like that.
25, in which having to apply to cartoonishly large amounts of jobs has become the new norm. Yeah. You ever notice how you could be chatting to someone who's been on a job search and not be fazed whatsoever by the number of applications they put out there? Like that ass, it almost seems like we've all become desensitized to these ridiculous numbers.
Because they all just like you. I think I might have applied to like 20,000 jobs and still like not have one, and you applied to like 4 and not have one. What's the difference? Y'all both don't got nothing.
Living in such a fucked up timeline where you not only have to earn a living, but it's also becoming a privilege to even be able to earn one. Like you gotta fight for your life against thousands of other people at a chance to then do a bunch of shit you couldn't care less about, giving a majority of your time away to some company. Just so you could survive. But don't get it twisted though, because I'm sure not everyone hates what they do for a living, and some may actually find enjoyment in it. However, when you realize that 69% of people couldn't care less about what they do at work in their day-to-day life, or better yet, career, it's kind of hard not to think otherwise. What I always found funny about the current state of employment is how so many of us are just the blind leading the blind. Let's say the highest form of education you completed was high school and you lacked experience. They'll be so quick to tell you,
oh bro, high school, it's not enough, bro. Get certified in something. Go get your license in something.
And it's crazy how, bro, like at the end of the day, like we, you know, a regular civilian is supposed to maybe put respect on these companies, these big what companies that be employing people because they changing society and blah blah. But they just so slow themselves, bro. You know what I'm saying? Is you not tapped into like how the economics of things is working? Well, the economics in terms of like within the job, like the employees and employers, things like that, bro. The market is, my bad. The market is so saturated that, bro, like, it's so saturated to a point where, unfortunately, but it, like, y'all need to lower y'all standards. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, but it's what needs to happen. Niggas need to lower their standards just so that, you know, the landscape of things can change. Because now, the more people that y'all don't employ because of the fact, oh, no, it's only high school that you got? Nah, we gonna have to turn you back. It's like, nah, bro, like, what? You know what I'm saying? Look at, like, the unemployment in your own country, and that's gonna create problems that's gonna, like, mess up your own business. You know what I'm saying? In the long term. Like, do your homework on how, like, unemployment just, like, affects the business of the people that don't employ people. Hold on, you know what? Let me just tap in with my boy Co-Pilot.
Absolutely.
Yo, check it out. So how would right? What's a real life example of how a business that doesn't employ people can be negatively affected by those same people they don't employ?
That's an interesting point. A business can definitely feel the impact of public perception or consumer behavior from folks they don't directly employ. It's like the court of public opinion still has a lot of sway.
And obviously that's gonna affect the trajectory of like the vision of your business, blah 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 blah. Like it's not too hard to think about type thing. Especially if you can like use your mind, your brain type shit.
I got the certificate.
Ah, dude, a certificate isn't enough.
What? You see what I'm saying?
Some post-secondary schooling, bro. Go get yourself a diploma at least.
Hey, bruh, I got the diploma.
Diploma? Hey, guy, what the hell are you expecting to do with a diploma, bro? You gotta get your degree at least.
a degree later. No, man, we need master's degree at least. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, I took your advice, so I went back to
Advanced
school and I
diplomas.
actually managed to get the degree.
Degree? A degree isn't enough. Everyone and their mama got a degree, dude. Do a few internships or co-op programs. You know, get placed. You need experience.
Matter of fact, I actually did the internship. It was a part of my program.
Dude, you did the internship and still can't get a job? Bro, of course not. It's almost 2026, bro. Everyone's done an internship. One's not enough. You need your master's, bro.
Ooh, I knew it.
Hey, man, I failed a couple of courses, but I finally...
Oh my god, this nigga even balding, bro. It's been so long, this nigga balding, bro. This nigga been returned for so long. Oh my god, he probably got grandkids at this point, nigga. Just give the nigga a job, nigga.
He managed to pull through, and I actually
god.
I got my master's.
Masters? Bro, everyone's been had their masters, dog. It's not enough. It's not enough.
Oh my god, Jeff, you see what I'm saying? Like, and this is how, like, really, you know, the unemployed can affect these niggas that be turning them away. Nigga, we gather, we just go burn down the establishment. What the fuck, nigga? Because now at this point, nigga, you just covering up real estate in our fucking environment, nigga. You're not even employing nobody? No, well, hell no, bro. Nah, we Molotov cocktailing this establishment. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a physical location type of stuff. Man, come, man,
Get your
what?
PhD, bro. Get your doctorate.
Doctorate? Motherfucker, what do you have?
Oh, dude.
I got just an
My cousin
advanced
owns the
diploma.
company. He just got me in.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, niggas is competing with nepotism, nepo babies. You know, nepo energies, bruh. What the hell? So obviously, like, we just gotta be honest. The only way you guaranteed winning is if you come from these environments where it's like you inherit. You know what I'm saying? The inheritance is literally the whole establishment, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So they can just like literally take family members, just place them wherever. No experience, no training, no blah blah blah, and needed type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta work your ass off because you know what I mean. Your parents came up the same way. They don't own nothing. They don't have no empires, no businesses, no nothing where they can just take your ass and place you, you know, at a position where you can be comfortable. So now look at who's competing against who here, bro. Like, man, when did we even get here, nigga? Fuck.
For some reason, society has this mass conception that if you have a job and are paying bills, you all of a sudden have your life together and all is good. Like, I remember when I got my first real job, out of nowhere, I had a bunch of niggas talking about,
wow, this guy's moving up in life. This guy's got his life together. Damn, I'm trying to get like you, bro.
because it didn't take long to realize getting a job doesn't automatically mean all is good. Matter of fact, a lot of shit got worse. Because a lot of our generation is now starting to enter the workforce, I'm starting to see a lot more people come into terms with what a traditional job actually is. I mean, shit, like, it's in the name. Time and time again, I'll come across video after video of niggas in our generation dealing with bullshit when it comes to being employed. Hell, I've experienced the two we all have. I swear it's a canon event in every person's life. It always starts the same way. Your interview process actually went well and they now want to discuss salary with you. You think to yourself, damn. I used to pray for times like these, and actually,
bro, and yeah. The whole point of like, it actually comes from. It starts optimistic as fuck. You right enthusiastic, like, yo, dog, like, hope for another. You know what I'm saying? Hope for another opportunity for me to change my life. Let's go. This, let's move. You know what I'm saying? It feels good. There's some rhythm to it. What happened? What happened, bro? Where'd the smile go? 2 weeks later, a week later, a week and a half. What happened to that skip in your step, buddy? What happened? What, huh? Shit is now depressing as fuck now. It's crazy because, like, I'm only talking like this because I relate, like, 100%. 100%. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there's certain aspects of it that, like, I've kind of accepted to be like, yo, it's not even about me doing this. But for me, bro, I've placed the whole meaning of, like, how I'm transforming my life. That's what means the highest thing, how I'm using the job to transform my life. No matter what job I'm getting, it's always gonna have the job limitation to it, bruh. It's always gonna have that job depression to it, a job politicking to it, job just, you know, colleagues hating whatever to it, like all that. Like, it's a job. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying?
You start to get a little bit excited until you get hit with that entry-level salary offer. I swear these employers always follow the same script. Offer you peanuts and then tell you how they worked for less. The worst part is they'll say it with a straight face too. Like, they'll look you square in the face and go,
back in my day, we were lucky if we even got paid for our work.
what the f? Like somehow all your efforts and hard work now equates to a bi-weekly paycheck of a little over 1 grand. But I mean, at least when you use Current, the direct deposit hits 2 days faster. Bro, yo, they don't know what Current is, bro. Oh shoot, my fault. Shouts out to Current for sponsoring today's video. But you set deposits. I mean, slow motion is better than no motion. But you then have to traverse your way through the job itself. And my, I swear jobs are a lot like relationships. When you first start one, it's one of the greatest things of all time.
That's what I just said, bro. And I feel like, yo, like the psychology of how it shapes you is crazy too.
Low expectations, getting that steady paycheck, new environment. But once that honeymoon phase is up, best believe it won't be long until you start feeling stuck.
And people like are like, I feel like that's the point where people realize that actually, you know, it was never about, it's never like the fun is not in getting even the salary, dog. Like that's not where the fun is, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like the fun has to lie beyond that. The fun has to lie beyond, you know, getting the job. You know what I'm saying? That's why like the dream of just getting a dream job. Like remember when people used to talk like dream job? Hey, yo, my dream job. What do you mean a dream job? Okay, so you dream of just like working for somebody your whole life, and you know, because that's a job. If you're running your own thing, you're running your own vision. No, it doesn't even have to be business, but running your own vision, dog, on some shit. Like you control that, the kind of happiness and joy that people want to get from something that, you know, like your own vision can give you, like living out your own, you know, your own vision, your own desire, the way you want, autonomy, things like it can be something as minuscule as, you know, little hobbies, bro. But that joy that little hobby can give you, you trying to like get that from a job, bro. And I feel like that's the you know what I'm saying, misconception, dog, of this whole thing of like why you think you trying to get a job in the first place. Like that's just how I see it. You feel what I'm saying? And now, you know, and these are the points where you realize that when that honeymoon phase is done, especially when you've been working and this is not your first job or your second job or whatever. Like, because you probably came from the previous job thinking, oh shit, we about to kill it here. Like, this about to be like heaven right here. And then you realize, you know what? This is my third job being here, nigga. Like, still, nigga. Hell nah. It cannot be about like just this joy that I'm chasing. You know what I'm saying? It cannot be in this thing. Like, whatever joy I'm looking for is whatever it is I can get from using this job as a tool. Use it as a tool. You understand what I'm saying? Because now it affects more than just your finances. Jobs affect more than just your finances. Yes, they can change your life financially, but they can change your life for the worst psychologically, nigga. You get a whole bunch of these personalities that you don't even know from a can of paint. Now you gotta, you know, function with them like on a very regular basis. You know what I'm saying? And some of these people you just gotta put up with they bullshit. Because their character is bullshit. Now you gotta put up with that all for the sake of that payday. It's crazy.
When you gotta step into that adult life, getting that big boy job or whatever, that shit's like, fuck!
What?
Fuck!
You have to figure out which version of yourself you can actually be towards your colleagues without getting fired on the spot. Entertain unskippable conversations with people you want absolutely nothing to do with whatsoever. Start finding moments where you could yell on your ones just to try to keep yourself sane. It's absolute chaos. It ain't a surprise that the older generations are avoiding hiring hours when they can, because it's almost like a lot of us are starting to change the norm with how work is even perceived to begin with. Or we just don't give a f at all. It's like we're all collectively starting to realize that it almost doesn't matter how hard you actually work. You're more than likely going to be in the exact same spot anyways, so there's practically zero incentive to work extremely hard, or better yet, go above and beyond. And because of this, we're now being labeled with things like not wanting to start work early, always being late, declining workloads that seem ridiculous. Some even go as far to say that we're unprepared and unprofessional, which just translates to you don't want to be a corporate drone. When you take all these things into consideration, it's no wonder why so many people always have mixed opinions when it comes to actually working. But I mean, shit, a wise man once mentioned how he was looking for a job and then he found a job and is miserable now. He might have been onto something.
That's a crazy analogy. I'm not gonna lie, dog. The TikTok and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But even there, bro, they niggas still got a long way to go, bro. They just gotta know how to conduct business and, you know, business ethics and things like that. Because we're trying to make money out of it, right? you know, trying to make money out of it. Facts.
Homework Solutions website cut 45% of its workforce due to AI practically replacing its entire purpose.
Oh, and then there's
AI. You can
AI.
ask it literally anything.
And there's AI.
Amazon has
Facts.
let off 14,000 people so it could spend more of its budget towards their AI advances. HP is looking to cut between 4,000 and 6,000 employees. Microsoft is looking to cut 9,000. When you search for something on Google, it legit gets its AI to pull the best results, so you ain't even gotta click on actual links anymore. I couldn't even tell you what the state of the education system is looking like right now, since I've just been seeing people submit literal bullshit for assignments.
Get me started,
AI
man.
videos are just getting more and more realistic by the day. Like, you literally can't tell what's real or what's fake if they don't watermark it. It's just gotten out of control. All in all, our generation is genuinely experiencing one of the most interesting states of employment known to mankind. We got people who are still searching for employment offers that make sense, let alone employment at all. People starting to...
And then you go ahead and blame these young girls for doing, you know, things like starting their OF accounts and, you know what I'm saying, finding these alternative ways of making money online. You feel what I'm saying? And it's all because even that, it's something that's influenced. You know what I'm saying? It's influential energy type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's because they have to be influenced to think.
To realize that the juice may not be worth the squeeze. AI becoming so good, work could potentially not even exist, blah blah blah. We're dead ass witnessing history in the making.
Alright, everybody turn up on this one, okay?
You vibing? Hold on. Come on, like. Okay, I feel like maybe it might depend. Maybe it might depend on the mood, cause like sometimes the energy I wanna like energy like say blah, blah, blah. But it is what it is, man. The song is hard enough to get the crowd already just moving. So I feel like it is a point of just like, yo, that event was just not marketed to enough of his people to just like vibe out with him like this. Cause this is clear just going crazy. Man, shut up. He's singing my thing. Hold on. Okay, my man, easy. Let's see this. No. Okay, but this is a slower song.
What's so heavy? This is Mr. S.
Okay, no, Mr. S. Mr. S. Awkward. Hey man, that's what I'm trying to conclude. That's what I'm beginning to conclude.
There's no energy. He's just very stiff, very like like there's no energy with this guy, bro. I like Usman Mane, but bro, there's
cool.
no energy, man. I'm telling you. Look at this.
Social media was quick to judge, with many saying this moment confirmed that Usman Mane is no longer as hot as he used to be.
Insert the clip.
This whole conversation is the long-standing speculation that artists who go against Aries and his fan base.
Now you wanna fucking. Is it about the Aries? The Aries' fan base is like, you know what Aries' fan base is like? Aries' fan base reminds me of DDG fan base, bro. Niggas, bro, you go at it, bro. It might have been just maybe something misconstrued or some shit like that, or maybe it's my mind. I don't know. Now all of a sudden the slimes is at his neck. You know what I'm saying? DDG's things is also like that. The DDG community and shit. You know, you say something just out of context, bro. Them niggas, bro, on your ass. You know what I'm saying? It's probably just the curse of, you know what I'm saying, maybe if you got like smoke with this guy, dog, it's like, yo, it's more than just going against him, it's going against his community type shit.
Make it out.
Not no community even. Well, this nigga's been a cult. You know what I'm saying? Been a cult.
Untouched.
You know why I differentiate from community to a cult? A cult gonna do whatever the fuck they want. Well, the community also kind of has those kind of elements, but the community, at least they can be listening to you. They can tap into you. They can tap into like your lives. Maybe let's say, you know, you're a content creator or whatever, an artist, whatever, you know, they can kind of like, okay, kind of heed your ill. But just DDG niggas have been going crazy. They got the Twitter community, they got the Twitter com going crazy, dog. A Twitter com that hates on him.
and goes against like the crowd that loves him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the battle of like the crowds and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but like, the community can still listen to you, dog. A cult, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, yo, chill. This is not our enemy. Please relax. Like, man, what that nigga, man? He said blah blah blah. It's not. Now it's not even about you, dog, as the artist. It's not even about defending you. It's about this nigga probably, fishing or farming some clout or for your name. That's why I'm like, yo, there's just like Twitter comms that are hating on DDG so much. He built a whole community that's just going against his own community, and it's a community that came from his community. I don't know if you understand. So his fans, right, as a community, there were a couple of fans within this original community that hated on him low-key. So they went away, they kind of like separated to form another community that's gonna go against this original community. It's like, yo, people are like, it's community against community, but all in one nigga's name. That's crazy. That's powerful, though.
People are still referencing that old COVID back and forth between Aries and Usimamane as the turning point in his career.
Why?
Which started with Usimamane saying he was coming for Aries in terms of number of streams. For more context,
but that's what I'm saying. That's hip hop. Isn't that like normal hip hop talk? Obviously, this nigga's cult is gonna make it a thing. Facts.
Check out this clip.
Yeah, so in my screenshots, it's Gobo it's a misunderstanding, and the fact that I was so excited Uguti, how the fuck you play me more than Nasty C, how the fuck you play me more than Blackie.
Not that they're doing bad, you're just surprised that you've gotten to this point.
Because like in Denze Gile, number one, Aries. Yeah. So it's like, oh damn, so Reese is like that? Yeah. I gotta come for Reese next year. But not like, dog.
Yeah, it's the competitive nature of the shit. I'm Ariazi,
situation.
I was slick talk. Yo, the Reese D riders. Yo, going niggas like, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm only saying that because this nigga got this, Reese's song as his intro piece, outro piece. I think for like 10 years straight now. I don't know.
The Slimes felt disrespected as Usimamane was coming at Aries, especially to compete against him.
Remember when Reese even dropped Mad? Yo, Mad was fire. I can't even lie.
Oh, Mad was too much. I don't know, Mad was too much. Yo, Mad was too much.
Like it took a little shot at Usimamane.
Slimes then went.
Damn, I didn't even see that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not listening to music for all that politicking, dog. Like this nigga, like I'm part of like just the skill still. You feel me? Reese, that is. That's crazy.
Targeted Usimamane online, which led to Aries even dropping subliminals on one of his songs, which caused a lot of disarray.
None of them better than this, and half of them guys ain't really that big. And I ain't promoting bottles just to get on a live with Rick.
Just to get on a live with Rick. Okay. See, I wasn't even tapped into that. That the nigga was on a live with Rick. No.
Moving forward, Usimamane later shared his response on an interview with Swisha by saying he's actually a huge fan of Aries, but he doesn't appreciate how the fan base attacks him over everything. Still, that didn't stop the narrative from growing. For context, here's the clip.
There's a thing of you maybe being in a feud with Aries, bro. I don't know if that exists or it's just like potential rumors, but could you clear it up for us?
Honestly speaking, bro, I am a fan, but I just don't like how his supporters always come at me, So it was just like, because like a lot of people.
Man. Like his supporters come at me, on a bag, dog. Okay, I was finna like, even this point that I'm trying to make, right? I'm gonna expand on it on the moral of the story, but it's like, nigga, even that crowd, dog, of people ignoring you, bro. It's like, dog, my shit is making such a noise. My fault if that's distracting y'all, but Dwayzy,
Never seen a good stage performance by Usimamane, and I'm just being real. I've never seen Usimamane kill a stage. I've seen him on the stage. Seen him controlling the crowd, going crazy. The one time I saw Usimamane have a great show was
when was that?
When Uvala was hot.
Oh yeah,
when Uvala was at its peak. That was the time.
Mara endo yabona mfethu uvalo is not it's not a jump up and down, yeah, what's the vibe on the stage, blah blah blah. He literally like hit that shit like sitting down on like a bar chair, like. Shit, these niggas making such a noise. Fuck, bro, why? Fuck niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Time, and that's because the crowd loved that song so much, they would just sing it back to him going crazy. But I've never seen a crowd that's not really familiar or maybe not necessarily too hip-hop orientated like really vibe with Usmamane, boy. You know, he needs to
it's the wrong people, bro. It's the wrong people that be rocking with him.
You've been in the game now for what, 3 years? Your performance is still like, I didn't even have to see the stage.
Is you rolling up there, nigga?
To know that wasn't a good performance. Like if I was walking around that festival, whatever festival that was, that couldn't have been Reese Effect. That was Reese Effect? I don't think so.
Nah,
but
facts.
Whatever he was performing at, bro, like at the end of the day, you could just hear even the way he was performing, it didn't sound energetic. He didn't even sound like he was giving off that energy. It just sounded like a movie playing in the background, like somebody put on a tape of Usmamane, you know, like just a video pre-recorded of him practicing for this show. That's what it sounded like. It didn't feel like he was engaged with the crowd, nothing like that. So Usmamane, work on your stage presence, please, brother. Please, brother. Look, we love you, okay? But what happened? Usmamane, what happened?
What happened?
Yo, Joseph is wrong for that, bro. Joseph is so wrong for that. And I hope that what can we call it? Is it a manifestation? Not a manifestation, but whatever Joseph says, whatever you want to call it, bro. That future prediction or whatever. I hope it doesn't come true, bro. You know, because we don't want to be sitting here saying what happened, bro. We want to be able to say Usmamane was next in line, bro, and he was solidified. But Usmamane he's the one SA hip hop artist. I feel like when we if we look at Blackie, Nasty, aka Ricky, Casper,
who else?
If you look at all that whole lineage, MT, all these guys, I feel like he's the first guy who is struggling to solidify himself, bro. All these guys solidify themselves. Reese, Nasty, Blackie, all of them, Questa, all of these guys.
Nah, I feel like, he puts his trust too much in the giant, dog, in the machine, bro. Come on.
As he came before, who we consider